Heart at Play is the movie I'm reviewing today. This movie is, produced and executive produced by Nnebe. Of course, you can find this movie on Nnebe TV. The writer of this movie is Efusa Emmanuel, and the writer of this movie is Promise Efejiro. A quick recap of this movie is, a young couple. The lady or the wife is no more interested in the husband because of his sense of dressing and his way of thinking. He's an old school, old fashioned kind of guy, and the wife is not interested in that. Because of that, she wants to divorce the husband. So now she invited her friend to seduce him so that she'll use the excuse of cheating to divorce him. Basically, this is the entire story of this movie, but there's a twist, of course, which I will leave you guys to go and watch Heart at Play on Nnebe TV. What I like about this movie, Chinenye's character, or her role in this movie, was spectacular. She was a friend that was invited to come and seduce Maurice, and she ended up falling in love. She didn't even do her job. I mean, she was doing it, but she fell in love with Maurice. That was a good one. Her act was spectacular. This girl, this lady is kind of underrated as well. She's really good. She's always on point when it comes to her role, and also she's very versatile. She has range. Like, she doesn't hold herself back, and she's not known for just one character. She has range. She has been acting in every character wise that she's being given. And this movie, her character was really interesting. She was one of my best character in this movie. I enjoyed her so much. Laid back, pretending, also loving at the same time, and I enjoyed her. She was one character that I really enjoyed in this movie. And also, surprisingly, I enjoyed Chinenye Nnebe. So obviously that means I enjoyed the two Chinenyes in this movie. Chinenye and Nnebe's role was also spectacular. This movie kind of remind me of the movie called A Letter to the Doctor, or A Letter to Doctor, Latest to Doctor something. I think I made a review on that. Yeah, the way she was very insecure in that movie. This one, she's not insecure. She rather wants out. She was wicked to the husband, and I think she nailed it. I really kind of enjoy her. I really find it hard sometimes to enjoy Chinenye's role, but here I kind of enjoy her. So she was another character that I enjoyed in this movie. Another thing I love about this movie was also the location for this movie. I love the location so much for this movie. I think right now Nnebe is kind of outsourcing when it comes to location wise, especially the houses they use. Well, for this movie, I'm speaking for this movie, so the houses they used for this movie was really kind of different, and I enjoy it. I like seeing different location. Sometimes when it's the same house, I just get tired of it. And I know there are just two houses that is used to Nnebe's production, or Uchena's movie. Next time I see the house, I know that this is Uchena's movie production, but here I think they use a different location. So, and I enjoyed it so much. I love the locations for the movie, especially Maurice and Chinenye Nnebe's house. That was really beautiful. The house was really cool. The house was really warm, so it made the cinematography kind of interesting. So that brings me to cinematography for this movie, which was really bright, colorful. This is not the usual boring brownish laid back Nnebe's cinematography. So that should tell you. Sometimes I think the location kind of give them the idea of the cinematography to use. I don't know, I'm just speaking based on what I've observed so far when it comes to Nnebe's production or movies. So this movie was really bright, which I love. I love the color grading, bright colors. The lighting was also good. So cinematography was on point, which I really love for this movie. Another thing I love is the time frame for this movie. This movie was not 2 hours. I was like, okay, yeah. And I think for the past 1 week or 2 weeks or so, Uchenna Bonabo's movie have been ending on exactly 1 hour 40 minutes, 1 hour 50, 1 hour 30, and I'm like, okay, this is new, but I love it. I love it so much. And stories that has this time limit, the movies are really quite interesting compared to the movies that has 2 hours plus, and I'm like, oh, come on, this movie shouldn't be as long as this, or the storyline shouldn't make this movie so long. So I really love the time used for this movie. On point, 1 hour 40 minutes, and you are done. It's not even 1 hour 40 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm impressed. So yes, Nnebe, please keep it up. Let your movie be less than 2 hours. A good movie shouldn't exceed 2 hours, trust me. A good movie shouldn't exceed 2 hours. So that was a good one. And also, I think I love the size of the movie. It's not the exact 6.9, but I think it was okay. They just left a little bit space, but that was okay, compared to other productions. But this was okay. I think I love the frame size of it. That was okay. Lastly, but not the least thing that I like, I think the storyline was very relatable and was very interesting. The storyline is interesting. I mean, it just went straight to the point, and I think what made this movie interesting was Maurice's character. He was very laid back, very cool, very calm, which was, when you see it in a way, it's kind of boring but not boring. It just gave you the middle take on his character in this movie. This time I'm talking about Maurice. So his character was okay, as well as the other characters, Peter, and then the other characters as well. So yeah, the storyline was really interesting, very relatable. A lot of people do not like their husband or boyfriend being old school, laid back, or fashion. I mean, why then did you marry him? Anyway, that's just by the way. So yeah, the storyline was very interesting and straight to the point, and that was a good one. No time to waste our time. We know why we are here. Let's just get into it. So that was a good one. What I don't like about this movie, I'll start with Maurice. His character in this movie was really laid back. His script or his lines were few. He didn't talk much in this movie. He talked a lot with Chinenye, the wife, but he had few. I think he wasn't the main character. There was Peter, there were Peter friends and Chinenye friends. I think they had more screen time, or should I say more scenes than Maurice, and I think that was okay. So that kind of made his acting not interesting, not in our face, which is good, because I mean, he has been acting a lot of movies already, but his acting was not giving his presence. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, so that did not make me enjoy him in this movie. It was laid back. That's why I said it is in between. You can't like it, you can't hate it. It's just in between kind of character. So I can say it's just an okay, and I wasn't really feeling it or feeling his character in this movie. So that was one thing that I did not like. Another thing I didn't like was Peter, the Sierra Leone guy. I'm yet to accept how this guy acts, or I'm yet to relate with this guy's character in movies. He's only known for, Uchenna Bonabo's production, or if Uchenna Bonabo is the one doing the casting for other production like Onye, Alex, or Uche Montana's production, then Peter Komba is going to be there. I'm yet to accept the way this guy acts. I wasn't feeling him, even though he was kind of aggressive in his role in this movie. He was trying to be dominant in his character in this movie. I just wasn't feeling him. Maybe I'll give him time, or maybe with time I might enjoy his movies. But for now, his movies, his acting just doesn't give what he's supposed to give. So he was one character that I did not enjoy in this movie. It wasn't giving, guys. I just did not enjoy his role at all in this movie. Lastly, but not the least thing that I did not like about this movie was how they concluded this movie. There's a little bit of twist because Chinenye did divorced the husband, and you know she was dating this young guy. Of course, that's Peter, and Peter was also dating Chinenye's other best friend. So it's kind of confusing. And how did that part of the whole story ended? I was kind of expecting more. That did not happen, so I was a little bit disappointed, which of course I can just use my mind to conclude how that will end, and I think that's what they were giving us. So but in the layman's, we're supposed to see how that end, but that did not happen, so I was a little bit, you know, disappointed. But that notwithstanding, it's a very interesting story. You will enjoy it, especially that little twist that happened. If you watch how it turned out, that was something I was not expecting, and that happened. So that was really, really good. And on that note, I'm going to give this movie a 5/10, because it's a good and not good kind of movie, depending on how you look at the characters that are acting, or depending on how you're looking at the storyline. So yeah, I'm just going to break even with this by giving this movie a 5/10 rating. Thank you guys so much for watching this review with me, and do subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, give me movies on YouTube or other streaming platform you think I should review on this channel, and I'll do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you all in the next movie review.